Gravy, baby.
Welcome to Gravy Baby. What's up, my little gravy babies, gravy biscuits, gravy boats?
Biscuit
Bump,
bitches.
bump, 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 bump. You did that like the cheer. Biscuit bitches. Which is good because it is March Madness week, and I know that DJ's excited about that. I don't know why. I just looked at DJ when I said that and imagined him like telling me about his 12-5 pick. I hope everyone's having a good week already. We're recording this earlier than we used to. There's a few reasons for that, one of which may or may not manifest. We may get into it later. We may not. Sorry to bury the lead, guys. Also, I'm out of town later this week, so here we are. Happy Monday, everyone. DJ, your hair looks fucking phenomenal. Carmen,
Lynchy
your
as
glasses
fuck.
look fucking
Lynchy
phenomenal.
as fuck.
Yeah, man. Everything's good.
Yes, sir. Everything's good.
I mean, I don't know about
Everything's
that.
so good.
I was gonna say good with an asterisk.
All the corners of the internet have caught up to, not quite DJ, but I guess me, in terms of their awareness of the reality of Iran. And it's fun to see, like, for example, the funny sports guys making Iran jokes. I saw one this morning. It was like, okay, here's my submission to how we get the oil through the Strait of Hormuz. And this is a sports joke, but it was like an illustration of what's known as the Euro step, which is an NBA move brought over from Europe. It was just really funny to see the bros getting in on the fun. We're all having a good time here at the end.
I thought that was going to be the pedophile thing, and it wasn't. And then it turns out war is the great unifier.
I think the pedophile thing unified us, but a lot of people didn't want to talk about it, which is obviously a problem. They need to get over that. But do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like
we didn't get to have
jokes.
The fun, jokey thing.
Right. And so I think a lot of normies were like, I'm not making jokes. I want to march.
Even with the pedophile things, you could just, it was a shit show, but it's not near the level of shit show this one is. Like Hexeth, like in front of everybody, is like, look, the Strait of Hormuz is open. Okay, you can go through there. And just Iran's gonna shoot at you. You know, why the fuck are you asking me about the Strait of Hormuz? You keep asking me about the goddamn strait. You can go through there. They're just gonna shoot at you. It's open.
Dude, you're blurry on my end. I hope that comes across on YouTube when you were doing all that.
I loved it.
You were like Bruce Lee, where
I'm just saying,
couldn't.
They couldn't capture him. He's too fast.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, and everybody, literally everybody, like, he's like, listen, we got a coalition going in there, and everybody was like, nope, nobody's going in there, dude. Nobody. It's like Germany's like, no. Everybody's just like, buddy.
Nobody knows the rubble we've blown.
I just loved seeing everybody turn him down after he had that. I'm gonna quit, his Jerry Maguire moment. I'm quitting. Who's coming with me? And everybody's like, nope, just you, dog.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Right, we're going in, aren't we? We're going in, right, guys? Come on, guys. Nobody, you'll be sorry. And everybody's like, brother, you're gonna be impeached. Like your next 2 years are going to be hell, son. Like you are the lamest duck of all ducks, dude. Also, that's another thing is like, I've never seen such. I guess that's one thing when you're talking about like the child stuff and the like Epstein stuff. It's so dark and gross and twisted on such a different level, and it's also one of those things where like it's hard. It really where your information is coming from, and it depends on like how you're viewing it all, and it's all different. But like Trump was literally in front of the foreign minister of South Korea, okay, showing off pictures of him, Trump, and fucking Kim Jong-un from North Korea. Okay, like, hey, look, can you give me a touch? Like, he's showing this off. Like, dude, it's illegal to even talk about this. You can't wave a North Korean flag in South Korea. You can't fucking talk about it. There's no pictures of kids. Like, it's you don't acknowledge it. You don't even acknowledge it. And he's over there trying to get a phone call. Meanwhile, fucking Kim Jong Un is shooting ballistic missiles outside of our bases. Like this guy, dude. It's just he is gone.
Dude, he's the
he's
global
gone.
politics personification of, I don't know, he was nice to me. Like, and we,
yeah.
I
Oh,
see
that's
it
such a
all the
good
time
description.
in comedy. I've had friends be like, oh, man, he was
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool. He said I had a good set. I'm like, he raped the lady you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really, really liked my mesothelioma bit. Do you understand that?
I feel like we're talking about somebody specific, and I think I might know who it is.
Yeah, you probably can pick both sides. I'll say one side of it was Reap. Like, do you know what I mean? Like John
Yeah,
Reap
yeah,
was
yeah,
so
yeah,
nice
yeah.
to him and me. I've said it on here before. I said it lamenting it like, man, he was
Me
really
too.
kind to me. I can't believe
Yeah,
he was that way.
same. That's what I'm saying. It was just like, it's just heartbreaking. Oh my God. Well, you're a monstrosity, and you're capable of being so kind at the same time. It's just a reminder of how truly evil people can and kind people can pretend to be to hide the amount of evil behind them.
Yeah.
It's just a reminder of it. So it's just like, fuck. Oh my God. I mean, to me, it's like how easily you can be tricked, you know? And like, this is how they get intelligent people in a cult. This is how they trick people.
Right, but this is the president we're talking about, not some
Mhm.
feature I used to
Yeah,
know who one
it's-
time
it's-
puked at a McDonald's.
It's hard to even think, like, in that situation, did he even know the difference between South Korea and, or did he know he was
No, probably none of that.
Did he
Doubt
have
it.
any fucking idea, dude? He's got no fucking idea, dude. They
Look
have,
at that.
none of them
Look
have
at you,
any
boy.
fucking.
Me and
Yeah.
your boy.
Yeah.
Well, he is 1980s racist, so he's
Yeah.
probably like, oh, you guys probably know each other, right? It's probably that 1980s, like everybody Asian knows everybody Asian stereotype, and he's taking a picture of their sworn
Well,
enemy.
yeah. I think it's also like
What was I
another
gonna
thing is
say?
like, I think
Go
it's
ahead.
another thing like where you're big dicking all around. You're at Davos talking about colonialism and the colonial age is coming, and you're fucking big dicking everywhere. Oh, we're the nation, and then you just when crunch time happens, you just absolutely fall apart, and just like it's like the level of like pathetic that it is on top of everything else and everybody who's involved, including like Fox News and shit. Like, it's like they brought out Condoleezza Rice, dog.
Dude, brother, let me tell you something. That is hilarious, but I genuinely wish they'd bring her into the fold. And let me tell you why. Because they're going to do evil regardless. I'm not defending Condoleezza Rice. This is yet another example of the death of expertise. These people
Yeah, for
are
sure.
as or more evil than the Cheney, Bush era, Rumsfeld era, but they legitimately have no idea what they're doing. They
Yeah.
just like they heard somewhere a bullet point explanation of how did Halliburton make
That's
billions
why this
of
is so
dollars?
hacky.
Well, the way Halliburton made billions of dollars is they leveraged the American war machine and against the Middle East in order to extract resources. Okay, we'll do
Yeah.
that. And then they just went in there and said, "Hey, this is what we're going to do," with no like, yeah, that's a description of what happened, not a plan. That's not
Yeah.
to be that
Yeah.
phenomenally evil, you have to be good at it. I saw a clip the other day that
Yeah.
made me so funny because it's where my head's at. Is Dick Cheney is in hell, furious right now.
Yeah.
Begging to be reincarnated.
Yeah, because you know how methodical he had to be that evil?
To my legacy.
Come on, you know how methodical you have to be that evil to plan something like that, and they were just like, "Oh, we'll just
Sure.
do what he did." They TikToked their way. It's a TikTok dance.
Yes.
They TikToked their way.
Yeah.
Work
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Crowd
mhm.
working more right now. And Texas just up there like, and what do you do for a living? Cool, we'll fucking bomb this city.
Yeah.
Hey, nobody got a tight five, much less a full hour. They're just
Yeah.
out there asking people if they're dating. You guys talking or what?
That must be cool.
I can't wait till Trump gets on the mic and he's like, "So Ubers are weird, right?"
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the t-shirts, dude. I ran not far enough. Am I right, guys?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There was a guy, I can't
crazy.
find it. There was a guy a few years ago who did JD Vance as a stand-up comic, and he must have deleted him. I can't find it anywhere. I kind of think it's the dude who does Tucker Carlson on SNL now. I can't find it anywhere, but it was this. It was what we're doing right now. It's so perfect. Oh,
Hey, there he
We
is.
might have a special surprise for you guys, folks. If you want to finish what you're saying.
there he is.
Hello.
There he is.
We got that mic muted, sir. If you get a chance, unmute it.
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Glad to have you on, buddy.
Yes, I'm glad to be on, and I'm glad Drew is here. That's amazing.
Yeah, man. So how does it go? I would like to welcome everybody to the show. Eric Schmidt, he is the political director of the AFG.
I think you froze. I am the deputy director of legislative and political affairs
Mm-hmm.
for the American Federation of Government Employees, and my local is number 1260. I represent all CSA employees in California, Arizona, and Nevada.
Awesome. That's so awesome, first of all. Second of all, just to flesh some stuff out and welcome Eric. You represent TSA employees in those states as their union rep?
Yes.
That's
So
fucking awesome.
as a legislative and political organizer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, excuse me. So, but previously I was in the director position, but then we went from having Southern California to having all of California, Nevada, and Arizona. So we combined with 3 other locals.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, so you got you got 3 states worth of work just slammed in front of you. You're like, okay, well now you're taking care of all this shit.
That's when I was made the deputy and not the director.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But every other position just has a director, like communications and things like that.
Mhm.
What we do is so big, and it's such an important part of the work we do. We had to have 2 people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because California alone has 52 representatives in the House.
Right.
So between that, Arizona and Nevada, and 6 senators, we have to have assistants for each state, and then we go and we work with, we have them handle, specific issues for each state, and then every year in February, we go to Washington, D.C., and we meet with, we go for a grassroots, committee, well, not committee, but we go for a grassroots and legislative convention held by AFG National for all AFG unions and locals. So that's like Social Security, VA,
Right.
you name it. Yeah, everybody all shows up, and then we go and march on the Hill and go to the Capitol and meet with our representatives.
Mhm.
So we do
Wow.
that every year. Yeah.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
your work with the union is all voluntary, I think, right? And then you also just work for TSA as far as your day job. Is that kind of how that works out? So you're a working stiff, and then afterwards you're representing the working stiffs.
Yes.
Amazing.
Now, well, some things have changed. That's how it was. And then in 2023, because of the previous administration, I'll say the Biden administration, and Secretary Mayorkas, who was in charge of
Yeah.
DHS at the
Yeah.
time, he pushed the administrator, who actually had been put in place by Trump the first round, Pelosi, he was pushed to give us Title V rights. So we were.
So what does that mean?
Okay, so Title V is protections that most every federal employee has, except for TSA and a few people in like the VA. And those people in the VA are like doctors and nurses. And they're what's known as a Title 33 employee.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, Eric, I think we
I think the
we
government
lost
found
you.
out what you were doing, Eric.
Yeah, I think
Attacked you.
That is I mean, doing the job and then leaving work to go back up the people who are doing the job like that, dude, that's almost like a comic after doing a paid weekend. It's like, I wonder if there's an open mic we can go volunteer to do the same exact thing we just got paid to do.
It's running an open mic after you do your paid weekend for everyone else is what it's like. You don't even get the juice. Eric, it looks like you're back. Now, we got into, I won't say the weeds, we got into the particulars there. Let's zoom out a little bit and give us a broader sense of what's going on lately there, because I know you guys are kind of in it.
Especially because whatever the news is depicting, of course, is sensationalized, but also is sometimes accurate. So, like, boots on the ground, like, what's the situation on the ground?
It's not good. I was
Well, that ruled.
But it's different, but it's airport. Because we're all kind of a microcosm of the environment we live in. I was in Santa Barbara.
Okay.
And I can't tell you how or why, but everybody is coming to work. And I don't understand it.
It's the rent in Santa Barbara, dog. They're afraid they're going to get fired. And they're looking around. They're going, God damn it.
Well, yeah, that's part of it because some airports, the airports that are seeing, like 30 call-offs a day, like your Houston's and your New Orleans.
I'm going to New Orleans in 2 days, and all I see in the news is that I'm going to get butt fucked, which is fine.
And Atlanta, those airports are seeing like 30, 40, 50 call-offs a day. And so their management team is then putting pressure on these officers to bring in doctor's notes or bring in documentation every single day. So when the media says that, yes, these people are calling off, and also, like, I'm on the front lines, so I have passengers thanking me for coming in.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it's not a choice. It's a false choice. The choice is coming to work or get in trouble. Possibly. There's no guarantee. But a lot of places are definitely trying to go after workers who don't come to work because they don't have the money or can't afford a babysitter or can't afford the gas.
Right.
And then, so it's a false choice. And then, but you have, but then you have the choice of, well, that's the choice, but then you have to make the decision at some point. You're at that breaking point, but you can't go to work. You've pushed it as far as you can go. You have nothing left, and then that straw breaks, and you call off.
Yeah, you're out of fucking money. It takes money to get to work. I mean, look, I am never a defender of capitalism at all, but a basic tenet of it is, if I go to work, you got to pay me. Like,
Yeah.
I know that you're
That's
going
like
to
the
me on
only
the back end, and I know that
true
you're going
part
to
of it.
abuse me, but you do have to give me the check. That is genuinely how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
And unfortunately, when you work for the federal government and you are you're a federal employee, and if you are exempt, if you're considered an essential employee, you have to come to work even if there's no funding.
right.
Yeah.
Right. We were getting, was that on here, guys, or did this happen to me independently, or did I dream it? I got educated recently on how travel nurses are not scabs because they actually make it to where some nurses can go on strike because the way their contract works, the travel nurses fill that void. They're more expensive than the regular nurses, and then the hospital
Right.
goes, okay, fine, we'll fucking negotiate with you or whatever. So that's what you're getting at with essential workers, but we're talking about airport workers. I guess, yeah, talk a little bit about that, flesh that out a little bit, the essential worker aspect of it, what it means, and then also just the idea of even a strike at all when you're a federal employee. I mean, aren't there stricter laws or laws against it, right?
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
yeah, that was John F. Kennedy when they
You
passed.
hated that guy.
Well, no, but when they passed Title V,
Okay.
they passed all the rules for federal employees. What we lost was the ability to strike. But what we got in return, and we also had to cover, our contract has to cover everybody in the bargaining unit. But what we got out of that was the ability to have 100% official time, which is what I would normally now be on because the contract we have included official time. But during a shutdown, I cannot receive official time. I have to work the floor. And at the same time, management cannot, they can investigate, but they cannot hand out discipline during a government shutdown.
It sounds like we need to shoot the lawyers.
Coming from the attorney of the podcast.
And it's like we had a good system in place, and now we got 9 exceptions. And all I know is my ass ain't getting paid, and I'm at work, and I'm doing a goddamn podcast from my car.
But also you can't if you don't. So let me get this right. You can't get a disciplinary if you don't show up. So if you don't get show up, you don't get a discipline.
But you can, but they won't do it. You're not going to find out until possibly until the shutdown is over, and then they will come after you.
Retroactively?
Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow.
Because they don't want to discipline you because you
Lawyers.
just you might not if you don't get disciplined then right you might not show up or like you might show up at some point and they need that extra pair
Right,
of
they need
hands,
the
right?
work. They
So,
need
like,
you to
if they go
work.
ahead and discipline you, yeah, that's so sneaky. And
Well, not only that, but then they know why you would be acting out at this time. They know why
Sure.
you would be a discipline. Like, you know what I'm
How am I gonna work
saying?
if you can't pay me?
Yeah.
Right.
But hold on. If you don't show up, how are they gonna discipline you?
Well, yeah.
Right. In the building, Mom. I just won't come home from grandma's, and then you can't make me get a switch. I'll live at grandma's, dude.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
how long has the shutdown been going on now?
Since February 15th. So we are well into a month of this. We're in week 4, I do believe. We've missed 1.5 paychecks at this point.
Mhm.
Wow.
It's hard on people, of course.
Yeah.
And, I've expressed to my officers and to my bargaining unit members and to my members of the local that, that these are, that, go to your food bank and get your food at your food bank and then save your money for gas and whatever else you need because there's no guarantees. We don't know how much longer this is going to go on for.
Oh
The
my
other
God.
thing is,
Oh my God.
you had that gentleman on last week who works for a central labor council. He works, in that position. And those are vital to unions and union members because during a strike or a shutdown, we rely on them for support because during the year, we pay a percentage, a per capita,
Government got us again.
God damn it.
Goddamn government. Keep fucking us, man.
Truly.
Just spitting too. He's talking about groups during these times. I mean, it was like when DJ and I did Strike Fest down there for the miners, it was to raise money for this exact purpose. So when people are on strike or they're not getting paid for whatever reason, they have rent covered and or groceries covered.
Yes,
Sure,
all your basic needs. So is it all, there's all a different fund, right?
Right. But it's not technically a strike fund, I guess, since they're not allowed to strike, which, oh, there he is.
There he
yeah,
is.
sorry.
It's okay.
That's all right.
So
My man's on an airplane right now. He's about to jump.
my car got a little warm. I'm hearing, in the central south. So some of these labor councils and some of these AFL-CIOs for the state, they came out and supported us and bought us food boxes and gift cards and gas cards the last time, and that depleted what they had available. So,
Oh shit.
so now they're trying to build back up, and here we are again. Plus, they also help other members that are striking with other unions like the hotel and other unions, like I think the food, some food processing is about to go on strike as well. So it is, other people need your help, not just us. And so therefore it makes it very difficult. Plus, as federal employees, we cannot accept a gift from somebody that we might regulate.
Whoa.
Wait,
How's that
what?
working?
You're not allowed to accept a gift from somebody who what?
Who we may regulate.
Oh my God.
It would be like a bribe.
Yes.
But it's so funny, like, I can't give you a gas card because you might, let me bring weed on the plane? I mean, that'd be sick, actually. I mean, I get why that's a law, actually. I would totally do that right now. Do you need a gift card? Will you let me bring weed on the plane?
Don't answer that. We're recording.
I can't speak as somebody who works for a federal agency, but I can speak as a union steward, and that is how I'm speaking as a member of the union. I will say that. Just that out there. So everything I say is coming from the purview of the union and not from the agency. I will say that.
Right.
So, but that is not what we are looking for. If there is sometimes at some airports an amount that they believe to be a federal crime, they turn it over to local law enforcement, and what they do with it is on them.
Oh, totally. I was just doing a bit. I like that's funny. But let's get back to the union stuff. You're saying there's this weird bribery law that is put in place for good reason in theory, but it comes down to them now. They're saying if you take a fucking gas card from Drew and then you just might one day have him pass through your TSA line, now you've fucked that law up. But is there a way to get around it? I'm thinking it with my lawyer brain, like, right, so we don't take stuff from people, we take it from an organization.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And the other thing is, how we do it is, if somebody gives something to the union, I can give it to members because the members have paid into the organization.
Now would be a good time for you to plug where people can give money to legally, so that you can legally give it out.
Okay, so the
Let me write this down.
the number one best way is to find your central labor council in your area. Where you
Right,
get
which is
in
what
your-
Jacob did, who we had on last week. So the Central
Mhm.
Labor Council in your area. Hell yeah.
And usually they should have a strike fund, or what they would call strike fund. But
Right.
that will go to not just people on strike, but lockouts and government shutdowns. So then that money can be distributed in gas card form or whatever aid may be needed to federal employees. And let's not forget, this is also affecting Coast Guard, FEMA,
Wow.
CIA, and Secret Service. So uniformed Secret Service officers who protect.
Man, it's weird it cut off right when he was going to say the president. I want, when he
I
comes
didn't
back,
think about that. The fucking Secret Service is not getting paid to do their job.
Oh, sorry, you had cut out, Eric. That's why we weren't trying to talk over you. Just when you cut
Oh,
out,
yeah.
we fill the space. You're back now. We wanted to know if there was like a star we could click to the Secret Service doesn't get any of our money. I'm kidding, of course. Shout out. All work is valid. That's actual work.
Well, I believe they're part of the FOP. They are not part of AFC. They don't have a. They're not within inside our union.
Good dog. You're goddamn right.
Hashtag not my union.
That's awesome. You're fucking awesome, dude.
So is there anything we could tell people who are traveling? Is there anything that like we could prepare people if they have to travel for work? I mean, like Drew's going to New Orleans. Like, how do you prepare for, you don't, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? We don't even know. How do you not be a piece of shit?
Yeah, and what I was gonna say, and also on that note, the people there are not scabs, right? It's not like a union strike where if I see people doing the job, fuck you. This is a very different scenario. The people there
Yeah.
are not scabs.
Correct. We are all basically being forced to work without a paycheck. Every
Wow.
last one of us.
Heroes. Thank you.
Thank you. And the best thing I can say to do when traveling through the airport is the same thing I would say always. Just be polite and do your best to listen because we are there to help get you through the process. That is, that is our goal, is to make it as easy as possible. We understand that the rules don't always make sense. Believe me, sometimes they don't even make sense to me. But,
Yeah.
and also, if the rules seem different, sometimes it's because the equipment is different. And different types of equipment, some are use more technology or newer and therefore allow for greater ease of use. So therefore, you may not have to pull out as many things like your electronics or your liquids.
Oh, right. Because they can scan through the bag better. Right.
Because like my airport, we use CT technology in our x-rays.
Mm.
So we can take that bag and turn it 100% completely around inside the image.
Gotcha. So every
Yeah,
airport's
some-
going to be different, unfortunately. So it's just kind of be malleable and don't be a piece of shit. Don't be an asshole. Okay.
Can you guys see our butthole on that machine?
No,
Okay. Well,
We
damn,
have
that
it.
sucks, dude. Fuck.
we haven't had.
Drew with the hard hitting questions.
So what was hard to know? I know they're not looking, but can they see? You know what I mean?
Okay, so you have to pardon me, but I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've been with the agency since 2002. So sometimes my years run together. However, I want to say it was about 2014 is when we got rid of anybody actually being able to see anything. We used to have a room where that was occur. They couldn't see you, but they could see the image. We went away from that completely, and now it's an avatar and an algorithm, and the machine makes a determination, and we just look for the box that shows the alarm on the avatar.
So it's just like a bathroom sign, and then they show you on the body where there's a thing, and that's it.
Yep.
And the day we
okay.
implemented
Yeah.
that, 45 men quit.
I was gonna say, so up until 2014, y'all could see everything.
In some airports.
Oh my god!
And it wasn't like it really didn't see everything. What you saw was basically what looks like the silver surfer.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
It looks like a ghost image. It wasn't, you couldn't really see anything. What you could
The
see is,
ghost of Midwestern buttholes. That's what
Yeah.
you guys are looking at up there in Chicago O'Hare, dude. Silver Surfer my ass, bro. That's the Great Lakes.
I was gonna say, there's like what?
you either saw like bulges, like items in the pocket, or what basically looked like shark bites. If somebody had something dense in a pocket, it looks like something had been taken out because it was blocking their body. So, because
Oh, I
it
see.
was regular waves.
Gotcha.
And some
Okay.
use X-ray, but we don't use the ones that use X-rays anymore. We only use radio waves.
Gotcha. I imagine because it would flag a bunch of stuff that was like normal and shit like that, and then, but also, I was gonna say there's probably some disgrunt on the dark web. I bet you in 2014 there was probably a fire, dark web situation where they were doling out this TSA data. It's just some disgruntled dude that doesn't work for the federal government anymore, just putting out. This is what O'Hare has to offer, baby. Nothing on that, Drew? You just hate watching me? Man, fuck you.
No, man, I'm sorry. I got a little lost in the sauce. That was really good. I'm sorry, Carbon. I was honestly kind of spinning out because I was sitting there like, man, he's got really important stuff to talk about, and I'm making him talk about buttholes. And then
I think we need both in the episode, to be honest with you. I'm on board. If I want to find out, I learned some new shit.
Yeah, honey with the medicine, right? Only the honey in this case is Midwestern buttholes. Okay, DJ, you got any questions?
Oh, I
I was
had
asking you any
one question. I had one question. So if people aren't allowed to like give you money at the airport or whatever, just to directly hand to hand, if people can't do that, are you guys allowed to get gifts anonymously? Like, is there a way for you to receive something if there's no name on it?
Well, so what happens is, and a lot of airports right now are trying to avoid food because they're concerned about what people might do because of what's going on with Iran. So
They're worried about food?
Yeah, because you could make a food item look like a bomb, right? That's what essentially you do.
No, you're willing to give a poison it or put some laxative in it to shut down an airport.
Oh, so even less salacious. Just they could poison the
less
staff.
salacious.
Oh, I got
Just
you. I got you.
diarrhea.
Mm-hmm.
So the main thing would be like gift cards or something of that nature. And what would happen is if a passenger tries to give that to an officer at the airport, the first thing they're going to do is contact their supervisor, who will get a manager involved. And then at that point, if the federal security director, the highest level person for that airport, seems that it's okay and not a violation and everything else, they will then accept it, and then they will be the ones that have to dole it out.
God dang, that's a
Oh,
crazy
they make you
red
share
tape.
with the class.
Yeah,
I'd rather just
they're
give
doing
it
a
to
tip
the-
share. Mm-hmm.
So what happens is each shutdown, they behave differently depending
Oh
upon
no.
who caused the shutdown.
Yeah.
So if they want to make it easy on people, they'll accept everything and throw it out immediately. If they want to make it hard on, on officers and make it hard so that officers try to the congressperson to try to reopen the government, then they will hold things up.
Bam.
I think what I'm hearing is go to the unions, dude.
Yes,
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
I want to ask a broad question about your position. Without the ability to strike, what's your leverage?
Our leverage is membership. So the more members we have, the more power we have because they see it. Our numbers, because we're a union but we're also a federal union, we have to report our numbers to the Department of Labor. So everybody can see it.
Mm-hmm.
So members of Congress know how much power we have, and the agency knows how much power we have. And so our main power is with Congress. Now, the thing is, I can't go to Congress and say, hey, my members won't vote for you if you don't do A, B, and C, because that would be a violation of the Hack
Sure.
Act.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that's another thing. That's a part of my job is doing all these laws. So
Right.
that would be
Well,
a
the
violation.
union can't do that, but APAC can. That's crazy. Go ahead. Sorry.
So, but they know because we say things like, you know, Jaber always remembers its friends and Jaber never forgets. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they get the hint. And we are trying to move Congress to stop this shutdown, and we're working with our partners. But that was one of the big reasons I wanted to be here with you today, and I'm trying to make my way throughout podcasts and the internet because we want to be sure that the whole story is getting out and that you know it's a true story that this way everybody is seeing it and everybody can understand it. And I'm so glad that you folks had me on. I greatly appreciate it.
Of course. On that
Of
note,
course.
tell us that story. Like we've touched on it several different ways, but let's front, middle, end it. You know what I mean? Like what's going on? What's next? How do we end it? Or how do they end it?
Well, the way it is, of course, pressure on Congress. Now, I can't tell people to call their member of Congress and ask them to end a shutdown, but you can.
So you heard it here first, folks. From me.
Now, I can tell union members to do that, and I can email and text message my union members and say, hey, reach out to your member of Congress and tell them to pass this bill or to stop the shutdown, whatever it may be. I'm allowed to communicate union to union, but I'm not allowed to go out and say, as a federal employee, do X, Y, and Z. So, and even as a union, I'm still also limited in some extent about what I can say.
Mhm.
But, and like I said, that's why we always say, Jaber never forgets. So,
Well,
there you go.
What are we shut down for again?
We are shut down because ICE and Customs and Border
ICE.
Protection killed Renee Good and Alex Freddie. Alex Freddie
Oh my God.
was a member of his AFCE local at the VA.
Yep.
Peace.
So he was represented by us. Now, ICE is not a part of AFGE, but Customs and Border Protection is. So we represent both sides in this.
Oh wow.
Now, VA has a budget, but we don't. Now, things were going to move forward, and Congress was going to pass a budget, and the House did, and they added money into that budget for body-worn cameras. But nothing says they have to wear them. They just put in money to buy them. But between that bill passing in the House the first time, and it then going to the Senate, Customs and Border Protection killed Alex Brady. So at that point, the Senate got upset and said, we can't pass this without more protections for the American public. And that is why we are at a standstill right now.
So the American public suffers one way or another. It's they've really got working people over they're trying to grind us into a fucking dust. We should fucking barbecue these motherfuckers. We should barbecue them.
Sizzle.
Sizzle these bastards.
To flesh that process out slightly. Go ahead, sorry. To flesh that process out slightly more, it's essentially each side refusing to compromise on a budget. No budget gets passed.
Yeah.
Therefore, no one gets any money. And so it's not like they voted to not pay you. It's that they cannot agree on what to do with the money. So the money sits there until they agree on that. And it's almost like a game of political chicken with, as DJ said, the only people suffering are, as always, working people. Man, I had to flesh that out for myself because I have Asperger's, or I guess we don't say that word anymore. But also, as I did it, I realized, yeah, I just came back to DJ's conclusion.
Yeah.
And
barbecue them.
CBP and ICE have a budget. Well, have money.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Because,
Jesus.
because
Not
the
real.
big beautiful bill gave them millions and millions of dollars. So they have money to function while the rest of us have nothing.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Oh my God.
Wow.
The agency, look, the agencies within inside the department that members of Congress are trying to stop or trying to hurt, they can't even hurt because they have money already.
Because of the bill. Yeah.
Jesus
So they have,
Christ,
they have a
dude. This
separate
is
budget.
fucking- this is nightmare.
Yeah, the one big
It's a
beautiful
fucking
bill.
nightmare.
Yeah.
This shit makes me so mad.
Man,
Oh my God, dude.
I can't imagine working for free and not getting to see any Midwestern buttholes right now. That's unbelievable. I mean, dude, I appreciate you so much for coming on and also what you're doing. And
hmm
Yeah,
and
man.
also just
thank
being
you.
hamstrung in that position. I mean, like, it's badass being a union rep, but not like, it's not really a comparison, but it kind of reminds me of when I thought I was going to do immigration law once upon a time. And one of the reasons I moved on to criminal defense was you don't even have a constitution when you're doing immigration law. So as an analogy, because they don't have any constitutional rights, as an analogy, the idea that you're a union rep and your members are legally disbarred from striking, I mean, just more power to you, man. My heart
Truly.
goes out to you.
Is there any, did you want to plug that your specific union so people can, if maybe, I don't know, to help,
Yeah,
like
hit the labor council up where we need to send our money to for you and or across the, like, whatever you want. Like, tell us where to put the money.
Okay. So my local is the American Federation of Government Employees Local 1260. So 1260. You can find us online
Mhm.
at www.afgecode60.org. Then I'm sure through there, people in the executive board my secretary and my executive treasurer, if you reached out and tried to one of the state assistants, I'm sure they can figure out a way to make that happen. The other way is the Central Labor Council. Mine for the Central Coast, which covers Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo, and Santa Maria, is the Central Coast Labor Council. For Los Angeles, it's the LA Labor Fed. You can just look them up. If you look up Los Angeles Labor Federation, it'll pop right up. And then we also have the Indian Empire Central Labor Council, and I believe also Riverside has a Central Labor Council, and San Diego. So those are all out there for Southern California.
And to
Gotcha.
flesh this out or connect the dots for people, last week we had Jacob on, who works for the Central Valley Central Labor Council. Too many centrals. That's what he does. So that's like a nationwide organization that has local or regional offices that helps with strike funds. Man, what a fucking thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on and letting us.
Thank you,
'cause
man. Thank you.
it's truly like for going to work and like as a, because that's the other thing too, is as a person who, I mean, we have to travel. It's like, it's fucking brutal. I mean, it's fucking brutal. And I just, I appreciate you going to work. Hopefully this shit is, I mean, again, contact your congressman, yell at them, tell them to stop being pieces of shit. And obviously, like, that's the thing that's like super upsetting, is like these people already have the money in the budget and they just won't let it go. And it's just like, the dick measuring's got to stop, dude. I mean, how much do people have to suffer for this?
Yeah, it's so hard for me not to, and Eric, you probably can't comment on this part of it, and I wouldn't ask you to anyway, but it's so hard for me not to really get mad at the Republicans on this one, because you're essentially saying we are standing our ground and we're going to put working people not out of work. They're going to have to go to work, but we're going to take their paychecks. And why? What are we doing that for? What important thing are we doing that for? We don't want it to be a rule that ICE has body cams. We are willing to sacrifice the hunger and the fucking mortgage payments of working class people so that ICE does not have to follow, honestly, the most minuscule, non-fucking mattering, nothing burger of a new policy. My God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. Thank you, Eric. We appreciate it.
Well, as we got to, I'm a veteran, okay? I served my country in the United States Army. 33, I apologize, 33% of federal employees are veterans. So when these things happen, when they do things against federal employees, they hurt veterans. And there is one part, I mean, I won't say any names, but there is one party that typically tries and helps labor, and there is one party that doesn't. Now, sometimes that other party has stood its ground on issues, and I understand it when it comes to health care. I understand it when it comes to immigration. They stand on the ground, and they're just not willing to budge. And I get it, because they've been seen as weak in the past, and they don't want to seem as weak anymore. And the other side just wants to blame them and wants them to be weak, because then they can say, look how we own them. But eventually, I think through people like yourselves, and through the work you do and the work I do, I think eventually Americans will start to see that they are being lied to, that owning the liberals isn't a way to exist, and that they're being shafted because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, can
Yeah.
you sell one of them liberals you own and pay your mortgage, big dog?
How many you have?
I don't know if you know it, but liberal stock went down. That ain't nothing to brag about owning.
Because I represent veterans, I also represent a lot of people that are more conservative in their
Of course.
values. And I have to explain to them and show them how I'm not a lefty organization, that what I really am, what we really do is what's right for workers, what's right for
Yeah.
all workers. And that what we're trying to do is get them a better living wage and
Yeah.
better compensation and better work-life balance.
Yeah.
And that's what our goal is every day of the week.
Yeah, this is outside of politics, dog. I mean, this is
Wow. Well,
this is
outside of
bigger than
bullshit.
teams.
Bigger than teams. There you go. Well, we appreciate it. We're gonna have to let you go because we got to wrap up.
Copy that.
Mhm. But
Thank you
for
so
coming
much for
on.
being on.
Yeah,
Truly.
man.
And thank you. And if anything ever comes up and you want to have me back again, I would be more than happy to talk about labor or anything else.
Hell yeah.
Awesome, man. Thank you, man. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all the other workers out there working.
Truly.
We love y'all. God damn.
Thank you so very much.
Mhm.
Yeah,
right.
hell yeah, dude. All right, I guess we'll plug some stuff. I'm gonna be in New Orleans at the Tolendo Street Comedy Festival this weekend. You guys can see me Saturday night. I'm on the national showcases with a lot of my friends, Two Enemies, and it's gonna be an awesome time. And then Sunday, I'm headlining 2 shows. I think I'm co-headlining one with Laura Peak and maybe one with Shane Torres. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people there and I don't remember it all, but you can check me out this Saturday and Sunday in New Orleans. It's going to be a rad time. The week after that, I'm going to be in Denver at the Denver Comedy Lounge, and I will be sure to be nice to everyone at both airports and get there early because it is going to be a shitty experience, but not as shitty as being there and not getting paid. Carmen?
Yeah, working for an entire month with no fucking paycheck. Yeah, so leave your cunt at home whenever you leave your house.
What a dope line. We would make t-shirts out of it, but the right would think it's about wives.
I know. They would be like, "Oh, it's like with if you can read this, the bitch fell off," and they're like, "No."
I like that.
Huh?
That's so stupid. It can be misogynistic. It's just dumb. What are you talking? If you can read this, the bitch. That's classic Americana. Carmen, I'm sorry. Plug your stuff.
Patreon.com/gravybabypod. If you wanted to, we got some fun interviews up there if you guys want to peep those. And thank you guys so much for listening. We love you, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,